What do you do? What do you do when you feel like everything is sent to break you? What do you do when you feel like everyone that you thought was there for you, that loved you, turn their back on you? What do you do when you feel like the God that you've been learning about and you've been praising and you've been worshiping all your life? What do you do when you feel like He's not there? He's not real? What do you do when you force to have to walk away from things that you thought was always going to be there? What do you do when you give your heart and it's snatched away from you as if it was nothing? What do you do? You're locked in and loaded to the hottest podcast on the airways. This is the DLS, the Day Late Show. I go by E2 Smooth, and with further ado, let's get into it. Trey Diesel, let's go.
Fire.
Welcome back, man. It's been a long time. It has been a long time, and I can't lie, man. At first, it's been a lot of thought. I thought about walking away. Thought about not even doing this no more. Honestly, just trying to see what else life had out there for me to get into. What else that I can really just put myself into, venture off into, and just to see what life can hold for me. But I'm not gonna lie, it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right, and I knew that it was something that I needed to do. I knew that it was time. There's been plenty of setups, times that we didn't had put in play that we wanted to come back. We wanted to give you guys a show. We wanted to give you guys something, but it just wasn't right. The timing was never right, and I feel like now, where we are now, the business is growing. The show is doing this thing, and I think everybody now is in a better place to be able to really see this thing through, including myself. So I just want to tell you guys, man, from the bottom of my heart, man, I thank each and every last one of you guys that reached out. It was a lot, but I thank you all for the positive messages, the questions, when are you coming back, what's next, and I'm here now to tell you guys from the bottom of my heart, from the DLS family to you guys, that we do appreciate all the love, we do appreciate all the questions. But it's over with now. We're here. So with that being said, man, where do I start, bro? Like, what's happening? What's happening, DLS family? I ain't heard from y'all. Y'all send little letters talking about something, this, that, and the third, but ain't nobody really dropping no, I ain't seen, let me start here. First and foremost, I have been seeing a lot of podcasts that's been, dropping, that's been out, and I'm a big fan of a lot of them. And I see the game is changing, the game is truly evolving. And I'm one of the guys that I'm really excited about it, because I just feel like with us moving more now into this 21st century, it's time for things like this. It's time for people to express their voices. It's time for them to tell their stories. It's time for them to get on here and just really be their authentic selves. So I love what the game is going, and I cherish every moment of it, honestly. But I can't lie, man. Like, that's why I say it was hard. The decision to walk away was at a time in my life where I felt like I was doing a lot. I had a lot going. I had my hands in a lot of things, and I just didn't have the time. Not saying I couldn't make the time, I just didn't have the time to be able to give my all to you guys the way that you guys deserve. So in that point, and then with me being young and experiencing life, things happen. You walk away from what you think is harming you. But in reality, after walking away, learning along the journey, it was everything that I needed. So, man, I'm grateful, bro, because the whole time, the only thing I could think about is just when I got this moment again, what would I do with it? How would I do? Uh, how can I come better than I left? And not saying that it's been easy, because it has its challenges, it has its ups and downs. But what I will say is, for the most part, it's been more gracious to me than I can ever imagine, man. And I'm just grateful to be able to come back and give this side of myself to you guys. I'm lost for words, honestly, man. I'm lost for words. But the two questions that I got the most while I was gone, um, and the first question came to me, it was, what have I learned? What have I learned since I've been gone? Uh, what have I been doing since I've been gone? And to simply ask that question is, well, why are you worrying about what I'm doing? Worry about what you got going. Nah, but seriously though, what I learned while I was gone was a lot. I learned a lot. I learned one, to always put your best foot forward. I learned that. I learned that, hard times don't last. That it's just a temporary moment. No matter how hard it seems, no matter how far it seems, no matter how tough the dream seems to be, it's never too hard. You just gotta apply yourself. Um, and I was struggling with this thought for a long time, and I honestly, to say the least, I really just figured out what it truly means, and I didn't understand it at first, but now I do. And it was me. I kept saying it at the time that I was trying to find a balance, in my work life, trying to find a balance in starting my business, trying to find a balance in just me being me. And what I realized at the time, I didn't know it, and at the time, to be honest, didn't even think that I cared to want to know it. But now, what I realized, that it wasn't the balance that I was chasing. It really wasn't. It was more so the priorities that I was putting into play. Um, and it took me away. But at that time, over conversations, I would tell, especially like the team and my family and friends, like, it wasn't that I didn't have much to talk about. I felt like I gave you guys everything that I could. Um, it was more so of me going out to experience life so that I can have more to come back to talk about. And in that process, life hit me with a few uppercuts, a few sausage biscuits, with a little egg to the left, and it was the truth. But going through those things, honestly, man, I'm grateful, because it taught me something about myself that I didn't even know that was truly there. And it showed me the true strength that I have. And what I realized in that time, that it was calling that was laid upon my life. For years, I ran away from it. For years, I denied it. For years, I didn't want to believe it. But in the time where I was at my lowest, it was the only thing that made sense. And I'm thankful for that. And what I'm talking about is the journey and the relationship that I have formed with God since I walked away. My Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is who I live my life for. That who He is, who leads me. I bleed the blood of Jesus no matter what it is. I do. I put Him first in everything that I do, because I understand, and I would say it all the time, and I still believe it, and I say it now. If it wasn't for Him, none of this would be possible. None of it. And if it wasn't for Him, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm able to do, as far as sit here in front of this camera and give you guys a part of me, and hope that you accept me in your homes, in your hearts, with the words and the knowledge that I'm trying to keep. Um, but in the process of, like I say, in the process of me going through, my situations, I found that relationship with Jesus again. I found that relationship that I had ran away from. Grew up in the church house, you know, stayed in church, knew the VBS, the old school, did the whole 10. But as you grow older, you get to a point in life where you you kind of take the bull by its own horn, and you kind of try to figure out how to do this thing life on your own. And in that time, like when the podcast was going, I gave my dues to God. I praised Him for the things that He had given me, but it was more so of me actually getting to know Him and not knowing Him through what I done heard or what somebody else had experienced. But it was more so me actually taking the time to say, hey God, this is who I am. I know this is who you are. This is what I know you to be. This is what I heard you to be. So now I want to come and chase after you to really see if you are who you are. And I must say, He definitely is who He is. He definitely is who He say He is. And I've been grateful ever since. And I think for me the biggest challenge was making that decision. And at that point in time in my life, because I didn't really understand the control. I knew that I wasn't happy with the situations that I was in. Not saying that it was all bad. I made, some few mistakes. I made some bad investments. I did some things that, I shouldn't have done, but it's life. Everybody makes mistakes. You learn from them, you grow. And you just hope that you come back better than the way you left out. And when I finally got the chance, like I say, to really get to know God for myself, it's when I really, truly began to live. I thought I was living, and I know, it's what's the word I'm looking for? I know it's the dominant thing to say is, everybody says when you give yourself to Christ that this is what happens, but I'm a walking testimony to truly say it's nothing like it. Because at a point in time before you actually get to know Him for yourself, you think you know what life is. You think you know how to deal with it, and some might, and I can't knock them. Some might do, but what I came to believe is you can't do this thing called life without having something that you're connected to. And I'm not here to dispute, what you believe versus what I believe, or what you think is right versus what I think is right. What you do in your household, hey, that's between you and yourself. But as for me and mine, we will serve the Lord. And that was the centerpiece for me. So once I made that transition and I gave myself to God, I think that's when, like I said, I really started to live more. I really started to understand more. I really started to prioritize myself in a better light where I can be able to really understand and fulfill the purpose that God has really placed on my life. And that's what led me to the decision on whether if I should do this, if I should come back, if I should continue on doing the media thing, if I should walk away, find something else to venture myself off into, or just call it a quits, But it was something inside of me that just kept telling me, nah, I'm not done. This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. And like I say, it was a lot of conversations, a lot of times where we could have came back and could have did the show, but at them point of times, I was still in my journey, still unraveling a lot of, my baggage and things that I was going through prior to even starting the podcast that I didn't understand. And I felt at that time if I would have came back and not, me and Trey talk about it all the time, just thinking on it, if I would have came back at those times, it would have been a whole lot of more other than what I'm here now, ready to express and talk about. So I'm grateful that I didn't take the time to step into that, and I'm grateful that I didn't come back on that type of time, that I was able to still wait myself out, but I was able to wait for the right time, the divine time to be able to come back and really tell my truth. So yeah, man, like I say, I'm excited, man. We got so much in store for this season. There's so much I want to say, but I don't want to just give it all out just right now. I just wanted to make sure that this first episode, this Welcome Back, was me thanking you guys for the support, me thanking you guys for all the well wishes, all the prayers. This season here is gonna be real special. It's gonna be real special. I know that I got a lot in store. There's a lot of people that got stories that need to be heard, and I know for a fact that we gonna get it. We gonna get it out. What more can I say, man? I really don't have much more to say. I'm glad to be back, and yeah, this time, yeah. Yeah. So if you don't know, now you know, and if you didn't know, now you know. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. Stay locked in. This is the hottest podcast on the airways, man. The hottest podcast in the Metroplex with the flyest DJ in the land, man. This is the DLS, and I go by Mr. E2 Smooth himself. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all. And if I see y'all, don't forget, man, holla at your boy. Alright? Holla at your boy. I see y'all when I see y'all, man. Peace.